And welcome back. Today we have the Boom Mini, and I want to show you guys exactly how it works with the setting and the setup. Some people, sometimes when you get a projector, they're not really sure how everything works. I'm going to show you guys how the remote features are, how you could plug and play this thing. And then also going into the actual settings itself, because it does have Google TV and Android built in. There's a lot of settings here that you don't have to worry about when you plug in a TV box into your TV with display and sound, but you could still mess with this and customize it just a little bit to make it look pretty sharp. If you guys are brand new to the channel, consider subscribing, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. I always try to hook you guys up with the latest and greatest. I'm going to leave a link in the description below, hopefully with a discount code, that way you guys get a pretty good deal. Let's go ahead and plug it in and dive deeper into this thing. Okay, so if you do need to mess with anything in the settings, there is that button right here, and this will actually move the focus back and forth. If something's wrong with it, you see how blurry it gets, you could definitely adjust it so that way it's good for your eyes. So the other thing too is if you do move the projector around, it does have that smart setting, so that way it can make sure it's flat and everything. Good stuff there. The other thing is for your settings. I know some people always want to mess with this because you're used to kind of like your TV, like what it is with your TV and stuff. So I'm going to come here to all settings and show you a couple things here. For your display and sound, as far as your picture goes, you can set a couple things up here. So you got picture mode, standard, vivid, sport, movie, game, and energy saving. So it depends what it is that you want. Some people have different preferences. You also have a backlight. So you have like eco or high brightness. I would just leave it to standard. Auto brightness. You could turn this off or on if you want it to get brighter. So if it's like daytime, nighttime, stuff like that. And then of course you can mess with all the different levels here. So brightness, contrast, saturation, your hue, and your sharpness. Now as far as your advanced settings goes, here is your color temperature. You could do like standard, cool, or warm. So I'm just gonna leave it at standard. And then of course you can mess with all the little details specifically for red, green, and blue. So nice. You do have your DNR, so you could set this to low, medium, or strong. I have mine default to medium, but you can put it to auto if you like. You have MPEG NR, and again, it's gonna get pretty detailed with some of this stuff. You have adaptive Luma control, local contrast control, flesh tones, DI film mode, blue stretch, and then once you turn some things on, you can do PC mode, and then HDMI RGB range, and then low blue light off. So pretty detailed on some of the stuff. Now, if whatever reason you're like, okay, I messed this thing up, I don't know what to do anymore, you could always reset the default and it'll wipe everything out. Now, the most important part is going to be your sound. Now, as far as the speakers go, it does have four speakers, and you could set this up to either standard, vivid, sports, movie, music, or news. So that's pretty cool. You could also balance it, but again, because there are like 4 little speakers on this thing, there's only so much that you can do. So I would leave balance to 0, bass 50, treble 50, surround sound, I would just leave it off. But speakers are on, speakers LR swap, you don't need to do that because it's all in one on the backside. Then you could do auto volume control, down mix mode, and then dialogue enhancer. I like personally to have dialogue enhancer. Sometimes I can't hear it and I want to be able to listen. Now, audio output. This is probably the most important section that you're going to want if you have a output going. Mine is on auto, but if I did, you could set it up, bypass PCM, Dolby Digital Plus, or just Dolby Digital. And then of course your digital output delay, depending if there's like a delay within your surround sound speaker. So if you got like Sonos, Samsung, Meet Cools, whatever it is that you have, you could always adjust it from there. So it's very, very neat. Now, of course, you could add more accounts, more profiles. If you need to do anything specific with the projector, this is where it's going to be at. Your keystone. Mine set it to auto, but you can do manual, reset the default, and then you also have advanced. When you have advanced, you see on the right side here, it does say auto keystone on motion, auto keystone on startup, and auto flip screen. You could do auto screen and auto void if you like, but mine are turned off as defaults. But a lot of this stuff's already auto, but you can manually do this stuff if you want. Now there is a focus. Again, the remote has that button, or you can just leave it on autofocus, manual focus, or advance. Again, if you wear glasses like me, that button on the remote is going to be magic. Projection mode. if you do this, this is just how do you want it. So if it's front of the desktop, front ceiling, which means upside down, or rear desktop, rear ceiling, it just really depends on how you have it set up. And then of course, Bluetooth speaker mode, again, super simple. It's going to switch over to Bluetooth. I'm going to try to get out of that so that way it doesn't try to connect to anything. So there you go. There's some instructions if you need to follow. And then it's going to go switching to Google TV mode. So very good on how it has it. And then of course you got your zoom 100%, or if you want to make it smaller, whatever. It's totally up to you. However you have it set up, it's going to be on your preference. So those are some of the basic stuff that you should have. You do have some of the other stuff like system. If you want to have like developer options, you can go to about, and I believe you go all the way to the bottom and then just hit this a bunch of times. Oh, it's Android TV OS build. And then there you go. Now I'm a developer. And then if you go back up, then you'll be able to find your developer options. If you don't know what that is, leave it alone. If you do, then you can do all kinds of crazy stuff with it. There's your cast, system sounds, if you want to turn that off. Yeah, all the settings is all there, so just play with all the little stuff, and you should be able to fine-tune this like pretty well. And that's pretty much it. The settings on this thing is very easy. There's so much that you can do with this thing. I always say, like, when a projector has like official Google TV, when they have like Netflix, when I have all that stuff, there's so much that you can do already in the device itself. So lots of good things. Aurzen has, like, they pretty much escalated all their products of what they have, and the stuff that's coming up right now, I can't wait to see what the next things are going to come up for next year's stuff. But this is a great projector. Highly gotta recommend getting something like this. It's got everything built in, everything that you're gonna need. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I always try to take care of you guys as much as I can. With all that being said, you guys take care of each other, and I'll see you guys in the next one.